Hello, everybody, and welcome to 95th Radio's post-game show. I am your host, Jaymie, coming here to you guys live. I know it's a little bit later in the day, um, but I decided to pop on here to do the post-game show and talk about the 49ers' victory over the Rams. And yeah, but before we do that, quick little housekeeping things, real quick. So we have some things here. So this is 95th Radio's post-game show. So all these help support the show and get you guys stuff. So here we go. We do have an affiliate link with shop49ers.com. All the links to everything should be in the video description or the podcast description, depending on if you listen to the audio only or if you watch the videos. So definitely use your affiliate link. That's also a great thing for us and everything like that. Some comments. Brian, Raphael, hello. Good evening. Good evening. Got Bryant here as well. Awesome, guys. Bear with me for a second. If you use Seat Giant to go to the games or to any other sporting or concert events, use 95th Radio and it will save you some money on all of your event tickets and as well as help the show. So it's a great way if you guys like to go to those kind of things. Seat Giant is a great way to be able to do that. So our promo code is 95th Radio. Also, a great way to support the show is to subscribe to 95thradio.com or subscribe to 95th Radio everywhere. We are everywhere online. If you Google us, like Jason always says, those are great ways to find us as well. Okay. Just double checking that. And yeah. Also, if you want to follow us, our Facebook, Instagram, and Tumblr are at 95th Radio, and our Twitter, or X now, I guess, is 95th Radio R. So yeah, that is it. I will probably do a couple of these later, in case anybody misses them. Kim is here. Hello, Kim. Hello. Okay, Brian and everybody's having an awesome conversation in the comments. Thank you guys for being here. So yeah, let's get started with this post-game show. So 49ers come out victorious, improved to 2-0 after a defeat over one of our divisional rival, the LA Rams, down in LA at SoFi Stadium. The score was 30-23. And yeah, I mean, so context, I was working today, but I was listening to the game at work. I had an AirPod in, and I was listening to the game. We struggled a lot in the first half, or especially our defense. We were a little bit sluggish, I guess you could say, and whatnot, because it was pretty even game up until that point. David, we have David here. We beat the sheep. Let's LFG 49ers. Let's fucking go. Yeah, we got that. Bryant 100%. Kim, glad Niners came back in the second half and got that W. Yeah. CMC did well for us. Yes, I want to talk about him. He had some. So I was able to watch like the condensed version or the highlight reel or big plays. CMC had some really good runs and whatnot. So yeah, that 51-yarder, and I believe I saw somewhere where he played all of the offense, like on offense, he played all of the snaps. He did not come out once. So that's pretty huge. And whatnot as well. He played really well. I'll get into, for this game, he had 20 carries, 116 yards, and 1 touchdown. And he averaged about 5.8. So I have all of them over on my other monitor over there. So he had all of that. Yeah, I mean, I remember when Was shocked from the Shay show. Was shocked Mitchell didn't play at all. Yes, that is true. Ever since we got CMC, he's definitely been. That's he's definitely been the case. It's weird. He's definitely because Kyle normally, for the most part that I can remember, he's always been like a running back by committee. He's never had one huge standout guy. He's always had a good group of like really talented dudes, and everybody kind of gets their time. He's just taking Christian McCaffrey to town, and I get it. He's Christian McCaffrey. He is amazing. He played really well over in Carolina. Came back after came back after his injury and came back and played really well. And then when we traded for him last year, it was like that energy, that shot in the arm that I think the offense needed last year. And he's just been lights out. And it's been so much fun to watch him play. He's like one of my favorite players to watch play. And whatnot. How about that sack by Warner? Sorry, this is going to be all over the place. Like the Warner is that sack was awesome, and he's like he's one of the best linebackers in the league, but I still feel like he can be like underrated. I don't know if you guys get the same vibe, but I definitely get that same vibe. I don't know. Like I always feel like I don't know if they necessarily forget about him, but like he's just stepped up. He might be pushing for defensive player of the year this year. Got a lot of people popping in. Roberta, how about that W? As always. Oh wait, hold on. Gotta find that sound bite. If it's still in here. Here we go. Same old sorry ass man. So long. Same old sorry. Yeah, always have to play that. Always have to play that. Raphael 2-0. Awesome start. It's just awesome to see this team. Like they've been mentioning, and like we've all kind of noticed, is they normally start out kind of slow. But this team is coming out kind of on fire. But despite all of that, the Rams did put up a bit of a fight in that, especially in that first half. In that first half, Rams are coming back, and it definitely shows that the Rams are definitely pretty, like, obviously a very good team in their own right. And I think this gives us a better idea of where the Niners are at. While I love the Pittsburgh Steelers game and their very definitive win over there, I think this shows a more realistic look. But while the defense struggled in the first half, they came back and put on were lights out in that second half. They did not do. They had 2 interceptions in the second half. One by Isaiah Oliver, I believe is his name, and one. Who was the other one? Was it? Sorry, my mouse is acting up. Lenore had the second one. And so like the Rams, the defense definitely played, like they came back in that second half. We ain't not even in midseason form yet. Yes, that is true. That's what I'm very curious about. See if they can keep up this momentum. Rams played hard. That rookie wide receiver, yes. What is his name? I think his name was it the? Let's see. Puka Nakua? That kid is crazy. He's definitely gonna be he's definitely going to have we're gonna have to keep our eye on him because he's gonna be good. He's very good. He's very rookie. He stepped into that slot and like that was giving the Niners defense a fit in that first half. They were struggling. Bryant, Rams have a better O-line than we thought. Yep, that is true. That is true. The Rams do have a very good O-line. And they also kept Aaron Donald pretty quiet. I believe I saw a tweet by somebody saying he didn't really even register anything on the stat sheet. So Aaron Donald really wasn't a huge factor. Yeah, I've been waiting to talk about this. Thoughts on Purdy's 3 overthrows? Yes, he should have hit them. But there's just I'm starting to feel like there is something about Purdy that we haven't seen from any other 49ers quarterbacks in a long time. He has that's something I feel like. And I feel like he eventually will hit those. Because he has the arm power. He was overthrowing them. He was getting them the ball. I mean, no, like that, like the last week, that corner, like the over the back touchdown to Ayuk last game. He has I think he has it, and he's definitely and I get people being upset. I think that's just going to come from him because something that was brought up to me on Twitter was he didn't really get to be in OTAs with the guys as much. He didn't get to because he was still rehabbing a lot during the off season, so he didn't get as much time with the guys as he probably would have liked. So I think eventually he will get there. I think this is Purdy definitely has the arm to get it there. I agree with that. I think this game kind of was able to shut people up about his arm strength. I think he has a decent arm, and he can throw the ball pretty far. He might not have Mahomes level arm or any of those crazy less athletic guys, but I saw somebody comparing him to Philip Rivers' arm strength. I think that's a pretty good comparison. Yeah, the Rams slot receiver or the rookie receiver Puka Nacua from BYU. Kid is a beast. Kid is a beast. BYU produces, yeah. I think that kid's gonna be good. But yeah, I mean, I'm enjoying watching Brock Purdy. I haven't had this much fun watching a 49ers quarterback probably since Cap or very early Garoppolo time. Like Garoppolo coming in on those 6 games was a lot of fun, but watching Cap play and run over those Green Bay in that playoff game was so much fun. But Purdy makes it a lot of fun. I wouldn't stress too much about he definitely should have hit those, but I think that's just he will get there. He will connect. I wouldn't stress too much about that because even though he might have missed those, like what Shanahan said in the presser, he didn't turn over the ball. We played a very clean game because the Rams had 2 interceptions, 2 turnovers. We did not. We had no turnovers. So I think that is definitely I think so. I wouldn't stress too much about Purdy. Now, if this becomes a more consistent thing, then yeah. But I feel like pretty sure that and the fact that Kyle is letting him go out there and make these plays and rip it on some of these bigger throws, I think just shows a lot of confidence that Kyle has in Purdy that he really, and people brought this up, has not really shown in a lot of other quarterbacks. So I think I wouldn't stress too much about it. Yeah, it sucks, and we probably should have won by more points, and the game wouldn't have been as tight as it was. But I think we'll get there. And Ayuk was hurt a lot of the game too. His shoulder, he has a shoulder bug, which is something we'll have to monitor throughout the week, especially on a short week. We play on Thursday. So, yeah. And then I got this one, thought on Wilkes. I believe you're talking about our defensive coordinator. I think our defense overall struggled in the first half. I think whatever adjustments he made in the second half worked to perfection, and our defense showed way better in the second half than they did in the first. And even Nick Bosa hasn't really done very much because he's not back in complete football shape yet. He's getting there. So I think it's just crazy how how much of a switch it was on our defense. But I feel like I'm not too concerned about it. I mean, I felt like we definitely played a more dominant game last week, but I feel like this week with a more even competition a little bit, and stuff, I think it was a better idea of where we're at. But we still put out the win, and this showed a game. This is, I think, one of Purdy's first games where he wasn't straight out winning the whole time when he was starting. So I think this is an interesting game for Purdy as well because Purdy normally goes out there and he's just dominating the whole time. Mitchell or Mason. I mean, it's possible, but also like, how do you not play Christian McCaffrey when you have Christian McCaffrey? Like, I don't know if they're the doghouse. I'm sure McCaffrey would like to have some breaks there, and maybe that's the case. Maybe they are the doghouse. I don't know. It's possible, but I feel like Christian McCaffrey has just fits this offense so well, and it's to all of his strengths in this offense that it's just probably very hard not to play him, especially when he's able to stay out there the whole time the offense is on the field. CMC is CMC is just he's so good, guys. It's like ridiculous that this team has so many playmakers. Ayuk, Debo, Kittle, now CMC, and like Mitchell is pretty solid too. He's not a bad he's not crazy, but he's a decent running back. He can, especially in this system, he can make stuff happen. So it's just crazy how much talent there is on this field. Debo had a really, really solid game too. He had the touchdown run. He had some really good plays. He definitely looks more like Debo that we're used to. That one touchdown run where he was like dodging guys out was hilarious. But yeah, I mean, I'm a little bit concerned because I know Debo was hurt as at one point, and so is Ayuk. So I'm worried about for Thursday, but we'll keep you guys updated on that. CMC is one of our he really is, and it's just crazy how well he fits this offense. Like I think when we traded for him, I think we all knew he was going to fit in really well, but he's just like completely thrived here in this offense with Kyle's scheme, and he's just for the most part, he's able to hit all of those holes in the offensive line, and he just goes to town. Like that 51-yard rushing was phenomenal, and pushing his way through for that touchdown that he had was fantastic. And he's just so good, so good. And that's our first thing is our run game is the team is a run-based scheme, and then but now that we have Purdy who at least Kyle's willing to let him throw it's crazy. Bang, bang, Niner gang. Yeah, welcome everybody. Thank you guys for all tuning in so late. Hopefully it's not too bad for you guys. But yeah, does anybody else have any other things in particular that I haven't touched on or anything like that? And I can start going over some stats if you guys want. Because I have all the stats pulled up on NFL.com that I can show you guys on the screen, and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, I definitely feel like this was a good game, and I'm just like, this team is just, I don't know. I have a good feeling about this season, guys. I really do. I feel like we're coming out the gate strong. It's very exciting. I feel like the guys have really riled behind Purdy and are 100%. Thoughts on special teams. I mean, yeah, I mean, I know we didn't have great field position a lot of this game. So like maybe it wasn't our best game. I feel like Moody is had some really solid kick. I think it was almost a 60-yarder field goal, and he nailed it. So I mean, it sucks. It would be nice to get better field position, but I don't have too many thoughts on special teams. But other than that, she put up but we shared them anyway. Yeah, that's pretty funny. But yeah, let me see. All right, give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to go over some stats for you guys, if you guys would like. 1 second. Sure. All right, let me know if you guys can see that. So this is from NFL.com. So Brad Purdy, he did not throw any touchdowns. He did have The rushing touchdown, though, that he snuck in because he did a quarterback sneak. Favorite play of the game? Ooh, that's tough. It's either got to be the Christian McCaffrey 50-yard run or the Debo touchdown. One of those two. I don't know. That Debo touchdown was nasty, though. He was juking people out left and right. It was kind of disgusting. So Purdy threw for he was 17 of 25, 206 yards, no touchdowns. Rushing Christian McCaffrey, 20 carries, 116 yards, 1 touchdown. Debo Samuel, 5 carries, 38 yards, and I guess that touchdown that he had was kind of as a rushing touchdown, so not a passing one. Brock Purdy had 3 carries, 5 yards, and then 1 touchdown. All right. Debo receiving 6 receptions, 63 yards. Juwan Jennings had 2 receptions, 51 yards. Ayuk 3 receptions, 43. Kittle 3 for 30, and McCaffrey 3 through 19. Let's see. Got this one. Yeah. See this one. Who gets the game ball in offense and defense? I'll have to think about that for a second. I think in offense, probably McCaffrey. Defense, maybe Fred Warner with that sack. That sack was nice. Or Oliver or Lenore for the interception. Kevin's favorite one was the CMC run. And then this one. What did you guys think of the guy we added from the practice squad yesterday, Swelling? I don't really know. I didn't. I saw that move. I don't know if he played or not. I don't think he did. So I don't really have any thoughts on that. I'll have to look more into the later. Sorry about that, Roberto. I know we added him. I can't remember if we bumped him up onto the 53, but I can't remember if he was active or not. Oh, he did play? Okay. So I only could listen to it, so it was kind of different than watching the game. Fumbles. Brock Purdy had 1 fumble. Was able to recover it. Debo had 1. He was able to recover it. What else? Lenore had 1 interception. Isaiah Oliver had 1 interception. Drake Greenlaw, blah, blah, blah. Fred Warner had a sack. Then we had anybody else register a sack. And Fred Warner also had a tackle for loss. So Nick Bosa had a tackle for loss. Jake Moody was 3 for 3. His longest was 57. Mike Purdy 4 for 67. He had a good. I think he pinned them into the 12-yard line, so he did pretty good. So yeah, I didn't have very many thoughts on that new guy. I forgot his name. Swelling. Yeah, I'll have to go back and look at the tape again. But yeah. Anything else, guys, that you guys want to talk about? I can show you guys more team snaps if you want. Team stats. So for total yards, San Francisco had 365, Rams had 386. Passing yards, San Francisco had 206, LA had 297. Rushing yards, we had 159, Rams had 89. Average yards per play, we had 7, the Rams had 5. We scored 30 points, Rams scored 23. By the way, that was the field goal at the very end to end the game was very funny. Yeah. Rams had gave up 2 interceptions. Each team allowed 1 sack. Third down efficiency, that is something that we did struggle with. We were only at 22% this game. LA was at 50. So that is something of a little bit concerned because of those. Brock Purdy would miss on those big plays, and then they'd be down 3 and long, and it'd be hard to convert on those. Time of possession, we actually did not have the highest one. We had only 26 minutes and 49 seconds. The Rams had 33 minutes and 11 seconds. And then we were even in penalties. So those are the team stats. So yeah. Anything else, guys, that you guys would like to talk about? Or anything? But yeah, besides that, that is pretty much it. Yeah, I mean, it was a solid game. From what I could see, when I could hear, it was pretty tough. It was a pretty tough game. I think we struggled the most in the first half, and then our defense cleaned up. I think our defensive coordinator cleaned up a lot in the second half, and that really helped a lot. And then our offense is still being able to be pretty consistent. I mean, say what you want, but ever since Brock Purdy took over the offense, we've scored at least 30 points a game. So I think that's really good. But yeah, I mean that's pretty much it for me, guys. Yeah, it was a good game, Bryant. Very, very solid game. But yeah, now we just get ready for Thursday night football because we're playing the Giants at our home opener this this Thursday. So that will be a lot of fun. I hope you guys are excited for that. I think that will be a crazy, crazy game. Should be an interesting game at least. And I think for the actual home opener, it's going to be wild. Even though the Niners completely took over SoFi today. It was insane how many 49ers fans were there and all the people tweeting. It's hilarious. But, 49ers fans have always traveled well, so can't be too surprised. But yeah, other than that, I think that's pretty much it. It's going to run through our little things real quick one more time. Like I said, we do have an affiliate link. We have shop49ers.com. If you go to this affiliate link, the link will be in the description in the show notes, either of the video or the podcast. So if you're listening to this as a podcast, it's a great way to support the show and a great way to get some 49ers merch. Our other thing is, if you love to go to these different events and use Seat Giant, definitely use our promo code NinerFaithfulRadio. It will help save you some money on event tickets as well as support our show. And also, feel free to subscribe to us at anywhere you see 49er Niner Faithful Radio. Always subscribe. That's always a great way to help us and support the show. It's definitely awesome and just a very easy way. And to also tell your friends. And also, if you'd like to follow us on any of our social media platforms, we're on Facebook, Instagram, and Tumblr at Niner Faithful Radio. And then we are at Twitter at Niner Faithful R. So those are great ways to see us and all that fun jazz. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I know I have some comments here. Great show. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And there's got the W, one game at a time. That's the money. That's the thing. Raphael, Moody is money. Yeah, honestly, he's doing what he needs to do. So I'm enjoying it. It's pretty cool. That 57-yarder was pretty awesome. Raphael, great show. Our girl Kim, thank you everybody for staying faithful, and we'll see you on Thursday. Heck yeah, guys. We'll see you on Thursday. I know we normally do a Friday show for like a weekly recap. I'm going to have to talk to Jason because last 2 Fridays I've been off work, but this week I have to work on Friday. So you might see us earlier, or you might see, I don't know. We'll see what's going to happen on Friday. So you might get an extra recap show or something like that. So yeah. So just stay tuned. Like I said, follow any of these things, and that's a great way to follow us. So thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I will see you guys later. Have a great weekend, and have a great week. Enjoy it, and I'll see you guys later. And as always, go Niners.